Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to another live stream. If you're new joining us, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. Alright, so a couple things came out today. Or not today, but over the last few days. We had some news about Thrawn and Ezra, mostly rumors, and more about the Book of Boba Fett and stuff like that. If you saw my video yesterday, you'd know what I'm talking about on that. The Book of Boba Fett seems like it's going to be 4 episodes, each episode up to an hour long. I don't know what that means. I don't know if some of them are going to be shorter, some of them are going to be longer. I would assume some of them are going to be shorter, and maybe 1 or 2 of them go up to an hour, just like they did with the Mandalorian. Some were 30-something minutes, and some were 50-something minutes. That's up to 50-something minutes. It's a little disappointing, but at the same time, we're getting Boba Fett content, so I'm not upset at all about any of that. Yeah, so has anybody joined in yet? Alright, I'm not seeing that there are any viewers as of right now. Alright, DR's there. Alright, awesome. Awesome. Did you catch what I was saying just a moment ago, DR? Let's see. Hey, looks like the chat's working on screen. Tell me if you guys can see that. If you can see the chat on screen. Well, there's a lot of people in the live chat over at the pre-update, so maybe they're just not here yet. Awesome. Live chat's working. I'm going to make it bigger so I can see it a little better. How's that? Does that look better? Yeah, thanks to Edits for taking care of this. Oh, that's awesome, DR. I'm glad. Edits took care of this for me. He figured out how to hook up my... Hey, Don. How you doing? Yeah, so Edits took care of setting up my chat to show up on screen, and I'm glad of that. Now I just have to figure out how I'll be able to pin different chats. Maybe I can do it through here. Let's see. Ooh, I can. Ooh, that's nice. So, DR, I'm going to go ahead and pin your message. Let's see how that looks. Morning, Don. Don, I've been enjoying the interactions over the comment section with you. It's been a real treat. Thank you. Yeah, I like it. This is going to be super casual. I'm sorry. I didn't really have a whole lot planned out other than the Ezra Thrawn news, the Boba Fett, how long the series is going to be, and how many episodes and stuff like that. Yeah. If you missed it, I was just saying that Ezra and Thrawn are rumored to be in the Ahsoka series, and it looks like there's a rumor that they're going to have their own series as well. I'm sure it'll be a mini-series. I think the Mandalorian is going to be the main series that everything goes off of. Kind of like the Avenger movies, where the Avenger movies are the main movies, but then you get an Ant-Man, or you get, whatever else in between, Thor, Captain America, stuff like that. DR, I've told you about that. Yeah, so the news about the Book of Boba Fett, it looks like there's going to be 4 episodes up to an hour. Hopefully they're all up to an hour, and that doesn't just mean that there's going to be a couple of them that are 15 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that. Yeah, Student Trader, I'm excited for it as well. I think I'm more excited if there is an Ezra and Thrawn series than I would be for the Rangers of the New Republic. And maybe even more than the Ahsoka series. As much as I love Ahsoka and everything, I like the story of Thrawn and Ezra. And I know Ahsoka ties into it, and Sabine and all that stuff, but I really want to see Agent Kallus come in. I want to see them pull him back as help because he knows the Imperial workings in and out. Miggs Mayfeld especially as well. All that, I think it'd be so flipping cool. And Dawn, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, Student Trader. My favorite right now is the Book of Boba Fett. That's the one I'm most excited for. I'm hoping they do the 4 series limited run or 4 episode limited run and then see the popularity of it and then build on it and maybe do more, expand it. Because I don't know how they're going to. They're talking about going back and showing how he escaped the Sarlacc, going to Camino and all that. I don't know what timeline that'll be, if it'll be from his birth or from flashbacks or whatever. But I'd really like to see more future building as far as the Legends material used to be. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see him have kids and become the Mandalore and his grandkids and then become Mandalore and all that stuff. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully they'll build on it more. Dawn says, I like the idea of there being one-offs with or finite endings spinning off the Mandalorian. Yeah, that's my thought too as well, Dawn. I think that would be the best way to go with it instead of having multiple series just go on forever with no definite ending. I mean, a lot of people were upset that there was no cohesiveness in the sequel trilogy. I think keeping an infinite series going, multiple of them, would make it even worse, and a lot of fans would be really upset. And JD Glad says, Book of Boba Fett is going to be immensely popular. I agree wholeheartedly. And once that series is done, it sucks I have to wait 9 months or whatever for it to come out, but once that series is done and they claim him as a Mandalorian, I'm getting my rum out, I'm doing a live stream, and y'all are going to see me just gloating all over the place having drinks. And DR says, I feel like a Jango Fett show would be perfect. Yeah, I think if they did one pre-Attack of the Clones, if they went back and did Jaster Muriel, the true Mandalorians, all that stuff, that would be pretty cool. And Fernando, I'm sorry if I butcher your name, Castorena, could Star Wars Episode 10 be the Thrawn saga? I could see that. I could see that possibly happening. Maybe go back to almost a Heir to the Empire type of thing, like the 1993 or 94 books did, where Thrawn was the next in line to run the Empire. But as it stands, we got too many people like Sloane and Hux and those people that are in top command of the Empire. We'll have to get rid of Moff Gideon as well. And Student Trader, I'm assuming this will be like the CW superhero shows, how they go together, and maybe they all get like one big episode together. I can agree with that. That's how I'd like to see it play out. And you guys are getting ready to see my wife walk through here. She just finished her class. Maybe. Alright, let's see what other comments we got here. It's okay, you can come through. Okay, sorry. It's alright. Let's see. JD Glad asks, any ideas on what sort of film Taika Waititi is directing? No, but I'm really excited for it. I'm hoping it's the High Republic. I've been reading one of the books of it, The Light of the Jedi. It takes me forever to read a book because I have so much to do with this and my regular job and stuff like that that it takes me a while to get through a book. But when I'm reading in The Light of the Jedi, I really like it. I mean, it starts off just pow, right into the action. And it's almost a Game of Thrones type of situation in this book. If you haven't read it yet, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but check it out. It's really good. I hope that's what Taika Waititi's movie is about. Hey, how you doing, Bobby? let's see, DR, I got to go back a couple comments on yours. Imagine Mando knew Boba already his name and didn't he fall in Sarlacc and Mando at the start of season 2, just went to Tatooine and sees Boba talking to some people. Then when he gets close, he sees it's not Boba. I'm not sure what you mean by that one. But what I'd like to see in the Book of Boba Fett is them go back and show Dengar actually rescuing Boba after he's out of the Sarlacc. Maybe pulling him to safety or something and leaving him under behind a rock or something where there's shade. And then Tusken Raiders happen upon him and take him into their tribe and nurse him back to health. Hey, Edits. Hey, thank you for setting up this whole chat thing. It's working great. I really appreciate it. And if everybody didn't know, Edits is my son. So, let's see what else we got. And DR, I did keep your message pinned up there. So, I do have availability to pin messages and show them on there. Don Clatterman says, heck, Mando was well acquainted with Tatooine. I suppose in his younger years he might have had a casual brush with old Ben. Ooh, that's interesting. He might have. I mean, he did speak the Tusken language. He spoke a little bit of Jawa, albeit he spoke it like a Wookiee, according to them. Yeah, I'd say that is definitely a possibility. Maybe he was even hired to hunt down Obi-Wan. Could be possible. So, Don, I'm going to go ahead and pin your comment now. Ta-da! Hopefully that worked. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with the Star Wars community lately, but it seems like views on every channel have been dropping like crazy. I think it's because there's no real content come out yet. The Bad Batch doesn't come out until May. There's been no real news. You know how Disney is. They like to trickle out news or rumors, so to speak. And I don't think they necessarily mean to. I think they like to keep it dry and they go bam and throw it all at you at one time. That doesn't help people like me who are trying to make a YouTube channel based off Star Wars, but it is what it is. Hey, JD Glad. Yeah, I know. I subscribe to Star Wars Meg. She actually has some good stuff. A lot of her stuff, though, is rumors and stuff that's come from different YouTube sources and everything. But a lot of her stuff is accurate. I do like her. I think she has a pleasant voice and she knows what she's talking about. And she's really dedicated to the Star Wars community. So that's a big shout out to Star Wars Meg. Not that she needs my small channel to shout out to her. I think she's at almost 100,000 subscribers now or something. So, yeah, good job with her. And I'm sorry, JD Glad, you still can. Hey, Bobby, thank you. My channel is lit. Once the Book of Boba Fett drops, you'll be blowing up. I believe that too, because I mean I have so much Boba Fett content on my channel and I'm gonna keep doing it. I'll still do other Star Wars stuff in between and mix it up and all that, but yeah, when Boba Fett hit the Mandalorian, I already had so much Boba Fett content and I was just making more just for the fun of it because Boba Fett was in the Mandalorian. One of my videos shot up to 200,000 views, and then another one a couple videos later shot up to 120,000 views, and I was like, wow, this is crazy, because I wasn't even monetized before that or anything, and those two videos put me over the top so I could be monetized, and I was so happy for it. I was excited and pumped and everything, and then since then it's steadily been going downhill. Now I can barely get up to 1,000 views on any of my videos, and that's fine. I do it for the fun and for the interaction anyway, but I mean, one day I would like for my channel to be big. Yeah, DR, look forward to it, man. You got about another 9 months left and you might be able to blow up your channel by then. I think anybody that released Boba Fett content at that time blew up real big. I think Star Wars Corner, he did. Star Wars Coffee blew up. Star Wars Mag. All of them. And these are all people that I watch regularly because I like their content. I don't watch so much the bigger channels like like theory, I like him and everything, but I don't feel like a personal connection to him, so I don't get in there. Star Wars Explained, once in a while I'll check out their stuff, but I don't know. They just seem like Peppy Happy Betty and Peppy Happy Gary to me, and they're fun, but I just don't like getting into that kind of drama. Oh yeah, Star Wars Corner. He hasn't uploaded in a while. Huh? I wonder what's going on with him. I know he has another job and everything. So yeah, I'll reach out to him. I got his email address. Let's see, JD Glad. I was gonna say I still can't get over the thrashing that handed out with that gaffy stick. That scene was amazing and brutal. Agreed, 100%. That scene was great. That scene made every other scene of Boba Fett in live action worth it. We all knew what he could do and what he was capable of just because he had that reputation, because he could talk to Darth Vader a certain way that no others could, other than maybe the Emperor and Grand Moff Tarkin. They were the only two that got away with talking to Boba Fett the way he did. So that gave him that air of, I'm a badass, dude. Don't mess with me. So when he was messing up those stormtroopers, yeah, that's what we all wanted to see. We knew he could do. Not get clobbered by some blind, clumsy guy with a stick and knocked into a hole. Okay, DR, I got you. Bobby, Robert Rodriguez did an incredible job on that episode. Yes, he did. And I watched the interview with Tamira Morrison that somebody in New Zealand put on, like a news interview with him. And he was in his gym in California working out and stuff. And he was just talking about how great it was to be back in the light with Boba Fett. And he's done other roles too. He was in Aquaman. He was in a couple other things. But this is his role that he was made for. And I hate typecasting people, but this is him. And he's ready for it. And he even had a shirt on. It was hilarious. He had this shirt on. It was a rock band, and it said Boba Fett and the Stormtroopers. And he said he and Robert Rodriguez started this little band. Yeah, so let's see. We got 10 people in here right now. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm pretty glad of that. I'm loving it. If any of you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join me in this journey. Let's see how far we can take this channel. I do not forget where I came from. I am a very humble person, and I like to stay rooted and grounded because it's you guys that put me there. It's not me. My content is probably no better than anybody else's, but I just like doing it. Let's see, Zlatan 11 Leo, I saw that interview. He showed his gym where he was training. Yeah, and he kept saying, I'm Mr. Action Man. I'm Mr. Action Man. No, I'm not doing an outro, DR. I'm just talking. Papa Mike says, hi, I'm on vacation, but I'm more than happy to watch your live stream. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where are you at? Where are you on vacation at? That's exciting because in June I get to take my vacation and go to Disney World. Yeah, don't ask me how I got to pay for it because that's embarrassing. But no, I didn't do anything illegal. I know, joking. All right, DR. All right, I get it. You like messing with me, and that's cool. Again, everybody, my new logo and icon and banner and all that stuff, he goes by Rob Allen on here, but Bobby has done an amazing job and he's been super patient with me. I really appreciate him. If you guys need any design work, go check out his Facebook page. I am planning on linking that in my description so anybody can just head over there and do it because, I mean, guy's got amazing talent and I really appreciate everything. You love watching these at work on Saturday, Bobby? Yeah, you're lucky because it's loud where I work. I can't watch anything there. I can watch it. I just can't listen to it. Why would you think I sold Beskar to the Empire? That's crazy. I'm not like a used car salesman or anything. Here, get your best car. Get your best car. All right, let's see. 11 people in the chat right now. 12. All right. Who just joined us? Say hi. Yeah, man, I'm loving this Streamlabs that it's helped me set up. Oh, thank you, Jessica. My videos are very interesting. How I went to Disney. No, I didn't sell Beskar to go to Disney. I just cashed in on some life savings. Yeah, Don, thank you. Thank you for promoting that. Hit that like button. That helps my algorithm out. Selling Beskar only makes sense. Let's see. Southeast Poland. Oh, that's awesome. St. Cross Mountains. That's really cool. I lived in Berlin, Germany for about 5 years, I guess, when my dad was in the army. And Poland's only about 100 miles from there. But it was during the time of the Soviet Union, so we couldn't go into Poland. But I always wanted to go there. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to do a live stream from Disney. I'm taking my laptop and, man, I got my hat all messed up. I look goofy. I'm going to take my laptop, my webcam, and my mic and everything. I know my wife's going to say something about that, but I don't care. Shh, I hope she's not watching this. But I am definitely going to live stream from Disney. And I'm going to do some videos in Galaxy's Edge for sure. I mean, if I can talk her into it, I want to go there at least twice. I'll be building my lightsaber and my droid. I don't know if I can record that or not, but I might have edits record it for me while I'm doing it. But he's going to be building one as well, so maybe I'll have to get somebody else to do it. I'm pretty old, DR. I was 10 years old when I moved back to the United States from Germany. And the wall was still up. I wish my dad was older when he was stationed in Japan. Yeah, that would have been interesting. I've never been to Japan. It is on my to-do list, though. All right, Bacon Master. Got them letters going. Cool. Now, if you just work on your Tourette's a little bit, you might be able to make a word. I'm just teasing you. I like teasing people. I get teased a lot, and I don't care. It rolls off my back. Doesn't bother me one bit. But tell you what, like, this whole Boba Fett thing, I'm loving it. I'm loving all the negative comments in there because they don't realize that they're actually helping my algorithm putting these negative comments in there. But one guy I actually did have to ban. It was ridiculous. This guy was just, every time I'd post a Boba Fett video, he'd put laughing faces. And I'd joke with him. I'd say, hey, there you are. Good to see you again. And he wouldn't reply. Then finally he replied that my channel was a joke. He's going to report me for clickbaiting and all this stuff. And I was like, how is it clickbaiting when I'm saying in my video what's in my title and in my thumbnail? I don't clickbait, or I try not to, but you can't put everything that's in the video in a title. You only get so many words you're allowed to use. And it drove me nuts. So finally I was like, all right, you're going to threaten me, then I'm just going to block you. So I blocked him from the channel and kicked him out. Tyler Peffer says, I have a question. Why does everyone talk about Boba and Bo-Katan being Mandalorian? Tyler, if you're just joining the Star Wars fandom, it's been an ongoing thing since George Lucas owned it. Since okay, so the big deal is that he allowed Boba Fett to be a Mandalorian, even the Mandalore from other writers in the Legends material. Back then it was called the Expanded Universe. He allowed all that to happen. Then one day he just sits down and goes, yeah, Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian. And everybody's like, wait, what? And then left it at that. It was never in a show, never in a movie, anything like that. The only thing ever said in a show was Prime Minister Olmec said that Jango Fett wasn't a Mandalorian. He had no idea how he got that armor. But Prime Minister Olmec was also a liar. He was politically motivated, and he knew he was lying about Death Watch. I mean, he jumped right in with him when Maul took over and Death Watch was reigning. Oh, okay. You're explaining. Sorry. Tyler Pfeffer says, I'm sorry, I meant, why do people talk about Boba and Bo-Katan being Mandalore when Mando has the Darksaber? Yeah, Mando does have the dark saber. I think he'd be more like a Jon Snow, where he really doesn't want to be the leader, but it's being thrust at him. I don't think Boba Fett wants to be the Mandalore either. Bo-Katan wants it more than anybody, and that's a telltale sign that she shouldn't have it. Just like what was her name, Daenerys Targaryen or whatever her name was, Emilia Clarke's character in Game of Thrones. She wanted it so bad and so bad and so bad, and she wound up being a tyrant. And I think that's what would happen with Bo-Katan if she was the Mandalore. Oh, I want a jetpack. I definitely want a jetpack. And another thing about the dark saber, Tyler, is that I think the dark saber is going to get destroyed. I hope it gets destroyed at least, and they go back to the mask of being the Mandalore from the first Mandalore. The reason is the dark saber has been more of a Clan Vizsla thing or Death Watch. It was created by Tar Vizsla and then stolen out of the Jedi Temple by another Vizsla and handed down generation to Pre Vizsla, and all the dark saber has done is cause turmoil within the Mandalorians. It's caused them to fight amongst each other, war with each other, kill each other, and it made them let their guard down so the Empire and that could take over and then purge them, kill off most of them, and rape their land of the Beskar. Bo-Katan reminds me a lot of Daenerys. Yeah, she does, a lot. Only she's not riding a dragon. That's about it. She's kind of the dragon and the Karen all in one. Let's see. DR says, I watched a video. Someone at Disneyland recorded a guy in a green Mandalorian armor fly in a jetpack and then land safely. Ooh, I hope they do that when I'm there. Don says, so do I. Throw it in the lava flow on Navarro before Bo-Katan gets it again. Yes, get rid of the Darksaber. It's a cool looking relic and everything, but even the Jedi couldn't keep it safe, so it's time to just get rid of it. I don't know what kind of system of government they need. I think the only system they really need is a Boba Fettist government, honestly. I think, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Woo, that was weird. I think Din Djarin would make a good lieutenant or maybe a Vice Mandalore or something like that. I don't think he really wants to be the Mandalore. He's tried to hand the lightsaber back to her repeatedly. It's weird how the Darksaber heats up Beskar. Lightsabers don't heat up Beskar. It's a different kind of crystal. That's all I can think. I'm not taking up for it or anything or making excuses for the thing, but it's a different kind of crystal, so it might emit a different kind of energy than just lightsaber energy. And that rod was pure Beskar, so who knows? Let's see. Killer Tendency says, do you think Din could come into conflict with the Children of the Watch, Night Owls, and anyone else at the end, joining Boba to restore the true Mandalorians as the dominant group of Mandalore? I think that's possible. Very possible. I think, in fact, that the Children of the Watch may even be following some of the true Mandalorian guidelines. If you remember in the original trilogy, comic books, series, and all books and everything, Boba Fett never took off his helmet. The only reason we saw him without a helmet now is because somebody stole it from him while he was knocked out outside the Sarlacc pit. So I think maybe they were modeling themselves after like Jango Fett and Jaster Muriel, because what Bo-Katan said was that the Children of the Watch were religious zealots basing themselves on the ways of the Mandalore. The Mandalore. Not just Mandalore, but the Mandalore. So, in the past, Mandalores have been true Mandalorians, Jango Fett, people like that. Tyler Pfeffer says, I wonder what Mando's new ship will be. I'm down with that. I hope it's not the Slave 2, because that thing just looked like a shoebox with engines. Maybe the Slave 4 even, or maybe he finds another of the same class of patrol ship that Boba Fett has. There were only 6 of them made, so it's likely there could be one still floating around. JD Glad says Grogu grows up. dark side and ends up with the dark saber. Yeah, you know what? The thing about Grogu, I liked him when he first came out and everything. I thought he was cute and all that, just like everybody else. But then I felt like the cuteness was diverting my attention away from the real story. And I was like, all right. I even made a video about it before Grogu went away. I said, okay, when's this guy going to go away? The cuteness has to end at some point so we can get on with the story. Hey, Elijah. How you doing? That's Elijah Neal, everybody. A frequent of the Star Wars Fanatic YouTube channel. DR, well, remember before Jango left with Slave One, he blew up every other Slave One in that huge ship. Yeah, he did. You're right. You're right. I think that was just before he got captured. Or just after he got captured. Mark Stanton says, I'm so stoked about the Book of Boba Fett. A lot of possibilities with that show. Yeah, if you missed it, I was talking about it. There's going to, from what I'm hearing from reports, there's going to be 4 episodes up to an hour long each. It grinds my gears. I want more. I want more Boba Fett. I don't care if they get rid of all the other series except Ahsoka, Thrawn, and Ezra. Give me a Boba Fett. And the Mandalorian, of course. Keep that going. Hello, Green Tree Builder. When do I think the Ahsoka show is coming out? Oh, God. I don't know. They're talking about... They announced these things way too quick. They announced them at that investors call, and they said it's over the next few years. I mean, I know we're getting the Bad Batch this year, Book of Boba Fett in December. Then, I don't know, maybe next May at the earliest we'd see Ahsoka. I need something to keep me going all year. I don't need something sporadically popping up once a year. All right, this year you get a season of The Mandalorian. Next year you get a season of Boba Fett. The year after that you get the Bad Batch. The year after that, no. Let's keep them going. Let's get them all going all at the same time. Confuse people. I don't care. I won't be confused. I might for a minute, but I'll take notes. Mark Stanton says, yeah, more Boba Fett and Mando is fine with me. You are getting pinned, sir. Congratulations. No, that will take so long. Yeah, it will. Will the Book of Boba Fett start early or late December? I've heard that it's going to go each week in December. Like one a week in December. I don't know what the dates are on it actually. I hope that's the case. Started early in December so we can get it going. And then by January, they're like, oh, God, what did we do ending this show? Let's do another season of 33 episodes. Heh, happy with me. I think Kenobi should be released summer 2022. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, they've been planning that one for so long. It seems like years and years. And they kept saying, yeah, we're doing it. No, we're not doing it. Yeah, we're doing it. No, we're not doing it. Then they finally said, yeah, we're doing it last summer, I think, or April. And they still haven't done the filming. They got rid of the writers at one point, but I mean, how long does it take to find writers in Hollywood? They're everywhere. Zlatan 11 Leo says, I really, really hope we have like 8 episodes. I do too, and at least an hour long each. Because originally they were going to make a movie about it, and you figure Star Wars movies anywhere from 2.5 to 2 hours and 33 minutes, 35 minutes. Something like that. But if you think about 4 episodes, if one of them's an hour long and the rest of them are 30 minutes, that's 2.5 hours there. Why stretch it out over episodes? Why not just make a movie out of it and be done with it? Give us more. That's what episodes are for. That's what series are for, to give you more so you can get a little deeper into the characters and stuff like that. And I want to see some more Ming-Na Wen. I want to see Cobb Vanth become a Mandalorian. And Ming-Na Wen as well. I want to see the Armorer show up, and hopefully she's not a villain, but I have a feeling she may be an anti-hero at first, and then fall in line later, because realizing Mandalorians don't need to fight. But hopefully she shows them how to make armor, or makes them their own armor, and they become badass. Let's bring Qui-Gon back in Kenobi for a cameo. Yeah, I've heard that he will be. I've heard that he will be a Force ghost in the Kenobi series, but that's just rumor right now. Just like everything else. Disney doesn't like to tell anything, neither does Lucasfilm. I remember when George Lucas was still writing movies and stuff, he's like, yeah, this is what episode 1's going to be about. This is what episode 2's going to be about. This is what Revenge of the Sith is going to be about. And everybody was still hyped about it and still surprised, and everybody still cried when Anakin turned to the dark side. We knew it was coming, but we still cared about the character. So hiding everything from us and not giving us any information doesn't really do any good. Sure, when Grogu showed up, that was awesome. You don't have to give us stuff like that away. When Boba Fett showed up, we're like, oh, there he is. Even though we'd heard rumors about it, we're like, ah, there he is. And Ahsoka, when she popped up, it's like, as soon as I saw her lightsabers, I was like, oh my God. My wife had to make sure I was okay over there. Before the dark times, before Disney. Well, Tyler, I have mixed feelings on that. Yeah, they've made some mistakes. Some writing mistakes, some acting mistakes, some directing mistakes, stuff like that. But at the same time, George Lucas can't do it forever. And he couldn't sell it to Steven Spielberg because Steven Spielberg's just as old as George Lucas. Everybody asking for George Lucas to come back, I'm thinking, let the man retire. Let him have his time with his kid and his wife and stuff, and let him just enjoy life. I mean, he's in his late 70s or early 70s, but he couldn't come back and keep Star Wars forever. What happens when he's not able to do it anymore? Everybody going to scream that George Lucas betrayed him? Don Clatterman says, yes, the Armorer. I want her to school Bo-Katan. I keep calling her Bo-Katan. I love it. Lots of discussion about her being Rook cast. Sick. Yes, I did a video about her being Rook cast. Mostly I think it was a fan fiction that I did, but I think she is Rook cast. She's got the horns, even though Rook cast's helmet was more angular, pointed back with 2 horns. The armor has multiple horns like the Maul commandos. Tyler, George should become a Force ghost and direct that way. Yeah, I mean, directing, not so much. Creating, yes. George Lucas is a god at creating, but I mean, the prequel dialogue, he really needed some help on that, and he should have hired Lawrence Kasdan to help him out because the dialogue was just bad. Even Mark Hamill commented on A New Hope's dialogue saying, who says this kind of stuff? And they were all confused at the dialogue on it and everything, so he had to have help. It's an uncredited person. I forget what her name is, but he had to get help on A New Hope's dialogue and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So I think George Lucas just needs that, where Dave Filoni could do dialogue great, and Jon Favreau. Papa Mike says, do you think that Boba is able to build an armor by himself? Maybe. The thing about Boba Fett is that if I say yes, then that negates anything in his chain code. That means he was able to put the chain code in there, and that takes so much away from him being a Mandalorian if he did it himself. Now, if he found a Mandalorian armorer to do it, that word is so difficult for me for some reason. If he found a Mandalorian armorer to do it, that legitimizes him being a Mandalorian to me. How bored was George to come up with this? Star Wars? It was right after he made American Graffiti, and that movie did great. Harrison Ford was an awesome actor. Ron Howard was in. I mean, a lot of names you see in Star Wars now. Ron Howard, George Lucas, Harrison Ford. And it was... He wanted to do a Flash Gordon serial at the time. He wanted the rights to Flash Gordon to remake it and all that stuff. And they told him no, absolutely not. So he just sat down and said, all right, I'll make my own space opera. Gene Roddenberry did it. I don't see why I can't. Let's see, Elijah Neal. I forget all the Pikes or Black Sun around during Book of Boba. The Pikes were around. Oh, during the Book of Boba. That depends on what era we're doing the Book of Boba. If it's going to be while he's in charge of Jabba's palace, or if it's going to be before the Sarlacc or after the Sarlacc or something like that. I would assume Pikes are still around. Black Sun's probably still around with Prince Sizer. But I'd say Crimson Dawn's gone, because at this time Maul's dead, and unless Kira took it up and continued the Crimson Dawn. DR, says, I feel like Boba saved a Mando fork, another clan, and got the badge since Jango never had a badge on the green armor with his time with it. I'm mixed on that one too. I want to see something come out where Boba Fett at one time or another, maybe in his late teens, was a protector of Concord Dawn. I think that would be pretty cool to throw in there. We don't have much on his late teens. We don't really have anything on his late teens. So we don't know what he did in that time period. I'd like to see him return to Concord Dawn where his father was born and become a protector. Tyler Peffer says, I think if Bo-Katan had not stopped that fight, Boba would have killed that Mandalorian. Yeah, but I don't think Boba was trying to kill her. I think he was trying to not use his words to prove who he was. At that moment, Bo-Katan thought that Boba was just a clone. I don't know why she would think that, because the clones would be in their 80s, but she heard his voice and thought, okay, this is just a clone. So yeah, he just said, okay, I'm going to toy with this kid for a minute, and she'll see, because he used the same fighting techniques, same gadgets. They even ended up the same way with flamethrowers pointed at each other. So to me, that's indisputable that he just proved he was a Mandalorian. Then Bo-Katan looks at him and says, enough. If we had shown this fight to the Empire, we wouldn't be in this situation. Elijah Neal says, that's probably one of the reasons why I like Solo so much. It had some cool Clone Wars callbacks and some new underworld world building. Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about the Solo thing is the white worms. I don't know why that bugged me so much. I even have Moloch in the Black Series 6-inch figure, but I got him for like $7 at Walmart or Target or something. But yeah, I love Solo. I love that movie. And once they left the whole White Worm crime syndicate thing and got into the Battle of Mimban, I was like, yes, this is awesome. Papa Mike says it was a standard bar fight, Klingon style. Yeah, that it was. It was. It was showing their honor, their codes, and all that stuff, just like the Klingon would do. For a long time, I watch Star Trek periodically. Not a lot, but once in a while I'll watch it. And to me, the Klingons were always portrayed as the bad guys unnecessarily. Yeah, they attacked ships and stuff like that, but if you look at it from, say, a Tusken Raider point of view, Tusken Raiders attacked people when they stepped into their territories. They were misunderstood, and now we understand a little bit more about them. Nomad Unbroken says, the Mandalorian like family. They fought, and someone stops it. Then they're like, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, it's like a family reunion, a barbecue or something. Two cousins start popping off in the mouth. One punches the other one in the face. One punches the other one in the face. And the sister jumps in and pulls them apart and says, you guys are stupid. Stop doing this. And they're like, okay, cool. And they have a beer and they go on with their way. B-Fin, the closest to the Mando race. All right, Don, I must have missed something. You're laughing at me, aren't you? That's okay. I don't mind being laughed at. That comment is going to get pinned. Yeah, I don't mind being laughed at all. It doesn't bother me. Tyler Peffer says, was Vader more powerful than Anakin? Really, it depends. Anakin was extremely powerful. He probably could have even taken the Emperor out right there in that scene with Mace Windu. But Vader, with his technology and his cybernetics and all that stuff, it weakened him from the Force a little bit. He had dark side, which made him go, anger, and he could react quickly and instantly and all that stuff. But Anakin was more thought-provoking. He'd think out things before he acted most of the time. He did have his moments where he'd just snap and go off crazy and everything, like when he finally killed Admiral Trench. Vader was slightly stronger only through experience. Yeah, that's another thing I was going to say. If Anakin had stayed Anakin a lot longer, I think he might have been more powerful than Vader. Vader was being taught by probably the best Sith Lord that ever lived. So yeah, he learned a lot more than Anakin learned from the Jedi. No, Vader was 80% of Anakin's power, I believe. That's true, but if you read the comics and stuff, Vader went in and destroyed a lot of Jedi by himself. He went in and killed a lot of Jedi. I need to take a drink of my coffee, guys. My wife bought me this for Christmas a couple years ago. What do you think? I love this thing, this Turbis. I was going to buy one myself, but I never did. I never got around to it. And she just said, yeah. I opened it up. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Sorry about that. My throat was getting a little dry. JD Glad said Vader is constantly distracted by the discomfort of his suit mechanical body. Yes, he is. And he's in constant pain, too. That keeps his dark side going. I mean, that suit was designed to keep him in pain and agony. Let's see, Dawn. It was the bar fight comment. Okay, like Paz Vizsla, heavy artillery, was all over Mando underground, but end of the episode, the entire covert tribe had his back. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just like Paz Vizsla said, this guy sits with the Empire and makes deals with them. He's no Mandalorian. Mandalorians have a huge reputation of denouncing other Mandalorians anyway, so what he said was just blah, 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 blah. And then they made up, and then Din got pinned down by all the other bounty hunters from the guild, and the rest of the covert showed up and just annihilated them. And Jessica said, nice coffee cup. My husband would love it. Awesome. Elijah Neal, I wonder if they're going to do anything with Paz Vizsla going forward. I hope so. His armor was not in that pile of armor of dead Mandalorians. So I'd love to see Jon Favreau reprise that role and come back. That heavy machine gun was just awesome. The jetpacking and everything. Just a whoop whoop and zoom zoom, and a pew pew. Tyler, I'll pay $20,000 for that cup. Sold. I'll go tell my wife now. Hoping for Fenn Rau at some point. Yes. I'd love to see Fenn Rau make a return. I mean, he wasn't that old in Rebels, and this is only, 9 years later after Rebels? So, yeah, I'd love to see Fenn Rau return. Don that his original Mandalorian armor and just go at it. And here's another thing I was thinking that I'd like to see, and I was holding this off until this video, so you guys get to hear it first before I mention it in another video. I want to see Miggs Mayfeld become a Mandalorian. He has honor. He has his own code he went by. He showed that in the last episode he was in. And Boba Fett knows exactly where he is. So Boba Fett could retrieve him along with Cobb Vanth and Fennec Shand and make his own little Mandalorian tribe to fight off the Hutt cartel. Because they're going to come for him. The Hutts are going to come for him. Let's see. Papa Mike, if Bo-Katan is Bo-Karen, who should be a Bo-Ken? Ooh. Gar Saxon? He seems like a good Bo-Ken. And I'm going to read this one from DR. Fanatic, that theory of Miggs is perfect sense. I hope so. I think so. I don't see why they would waste his character on just a couple episodes. He made a tremendous impact to the fandom, and I think he could offer the rest of the series so much more, even if it's just in the book of Boba Fett. That would be a great way to cross over into The Mandalorian, go back, get Miggs Mayfeld, take him to Tatooine, start building on a new Mandalore on Tatooine. Yeah, I'd love to see it. I mean, Miggs has got a smart mouth too, so he'd fit right in with Mandalorians. Let's see. We touched on Fenn Rau. All right, what other questions you guys got? We got about 10 minutes left here. Yeah, Dawn, I did pin your laughing faces because I like it when people laugh at me. It's fun. I'm a supervisor at my job, and I feel like if people were laughing at me and making fun of me, they're not messing with each other. And that keeps a lot of people out of trouble because I'm not going to go get on people for making fun of me if they're just cutting up and being goofy. It's good fun when you're at work stuck there 8, 9, 10 hours, and I'm not going to be all tight and everything and take people to HR for it. Don says Star Wars is and has always been about redemption. Yes, it has. All the way from Anakin Skywalker to even Obi-Wan Kenobi, his redemption, because he felt like a failure because of Anakin's turn. And then when he passed on to Luke, that was kind of his redemption. Yeah, I'm keeping the streams at about an hour now, DR. I feel like that's a good time. Anything longer than that, my throat starts hurting. Josh McGillicuddy, hello. Hello there, mate. That's a horrible British accent on my part. I'm sorry. For any of you in the UK, I'm sorry. That was not meant as a put down or anything. I got nothing but respect for you guys. All right, let's see what else we got here. Migs annoy Boba a little? I don't think so, because if you saw when Boba Fett came down the ramp of the Slave One and Migs was standing there, Migs about had a blue mithril moment with the when he thought it was Mando. He hasn't seen Boba fight yet, so I think once he does, he'll have that same respect for him that he had for Din Djarin. Let's see. Elijah Neal says, at least we'll get a Book of Boba trailer before December, so that's good. Yeah, it'll probably be the week before December, knowing them. Don says, we have a small office and our GM is the biggest goof. Thank heavens. Yeah, that's awesome, because, I mean, my boss, he's a pretty good cut-up, too, and he takes things well. It relieves tension when people are able to goof with each other. I like doing it. I'm a goofy person anyway. You can't tell it in my regular videos because I'm trying to just get the message across without taking too long and without making really long videos and all that stuff. Speaking of which, does anybody have a preference on how long they like my videos to be? I mean, lately they've been around between 8.5 minutes to 10 minutes. I've seen other YouTubers making 14, 15-minute videos, and I feel like that's excessive. And I just want to make sure I'm not being excessive with my videos. I'm not trying to gain any extra money by going over 8 or 10 minutes or anything. I'm just trying to get a message out there and talk, because I like talking. Like Mando trailer will come 3 weeks before with a few TV spots. It may come at the investors call in November too. You never know. DR says he likes the 8 minutes. Zlatan 11 Leo says it's perfect the way it is. Okay, cool. I don't want to make them too long. I mean, I'll watch long videos like when I'm on my way to work. Yeah, I don't watch them while I'm driving, but I put them on so I can listen to them through my Bluetooth stereo in my car and just listen to it the whole time. I don't really watch videos, I listen to them. Yeah, I like the 8 to 10 minute videos. Thank you. 8 to 12 minutes. Can catch on a break or getting ready in the morning. Okay, Don, that sounds good. This is the way, the only way. You got it right, DR. The only way. Did you ever cover a theory why Boba kept the dark robes after refurbishing his armor? I have a feeling that the dark robes is a way. Boba Fett, a lot of the stuff he has on his armor is trying to memorialize somebody, like the Protector's badge from Jester Muriel being a Protector of Concord Dawn. Then you got the Mythosaur skull on the shoulder also for the true Mandalorians. I think the robes, if my theory is correct about him being taken in by Tusken Raiders and healed with them, I feel like the robes are a way of signifying that and showing his respect for their culture by keeping the robes that they gave him. Do you think that Migs should have recognized Boba, considering Boba was a pretty notorious bounty hunter? I don't think so, because at the time that Boba was active, Migs Mayfeld was just a sharpshooter for the Empire. He probably wouldn't have had much encounter with Boba Fett, and he probably would have been really busy trying to crush a rebellion rather than worrying about what bounty hunters are doing here and there. It's mostly the top echelon that would know who Boba Fett was. Darth Vader, Tarkin, even Jar Jarrod, people like that. They would have known Boba Fett. Allison, thank you. How's it going? How you doing? I appreciate that. Have you seen the Simpsons episode where Homer asks Bart why Boba's armor is so banged up? Laugh out loud. Bart says, it's a look. No, I haven't seen that episode. I quit watching The Simpsons probably 20 years ago. Not because I didn't like it, but just because I just fell out of contact with it for some reason. I started having kids. Well, I had kids, and I was trying to raise them and everything. I didn't watch a whole lot of TV. Most of my entertainment was movies, so it was Star Wars and stuff like that. Oh, super chat. Yeah, I'm liking it. Yeah. Allison, you caught my stream this time, so congratulations. And what time zone are you in, anyway? I try to do them at 11 o'clock a.m. my time. That's Eastern Standard Time. I think that's -4 UTC, or -5 UTC until Sunday. It'll be -4. MST. Mountain. Oh, okay. So you're a couple hours behind me. So you're right around 9 o'clock. Right now, it'll be around 10 o'clock for you. 1357 in Brazil. I bet that place is beautiful. The furthest south I've been is probably Belize. And that's nowhere near Brazil. I mean, still another half a continent away. Beth Turner says, what is it? I'm not sure what you mean. I might have missed a comment. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, Javier Ortiz says, that's an interesting theory. After they did the callback to the Krayt Dragon Pearl, I thought of KOTOR, then Boba wearing the dark robes, and unique Gaffy. I thought he was a tribe leader. That could be, too. He could have been a Tusken tribe leader when taken in. I did a couple fan fiction videos on it about what happened to Boba Fett after the Sarlacc pit. I'm probably completely wrong, unless Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni somehow saw my fan fictions. Doubt it. But here's hoping that Tusken Raiders took him in, healed him and all that. And then I did a couple more fan fictions about Jodo Kast, the impersonator of Boba Fett, about how he caught Jodo Kast trying to kill Cobb Vanth and took him in and trained him how to be an actual Mandalorian rather than an imposter in Mandalorian armor. And he had to live with the Tuskens for a while as well. Let's see. I think Boba has too much gravitas to howl like a raider. Maybe, but Din Djarin didn't. He didn't mind howling like a Tusken. It did make him kind of look goofy. But Boba Fett being the man of few words that he is anyway, it probably wouldn't match his character howling. He might use the hand signals. The furthest south I've been is Key West. I've never been to Key West. Been to Florida many times, but I've never been to Key West. We actually thought about doing our honeymoon there a few years back, and we decided on Belize, Honduras, and Mexico. Baja South. It was paradise in the 90s. I have been to St. Thomas and some of the other Virgin Islands, but that's when I was in the Navy. It wasn't really a pleasure vacation. It was more of a do it or else. Me and Boba are way too different. He doesn't like talking, but I do. You do like talking. That's okay, DR. I like talking with you. It's been great entertainment. Is Thrawn going to be in a movie? Beth Turner asks. That I'm not sure about. I want to see some Thrawn. I want to see a lot of Thrawn. I want to see him in Ahsoka, the Mandalorian. I want to see him in maybe the Book of Boba Fett and the Rangers of the New Republic. I want him to be the big bad guy. but I want him to be a misunderstood bad guy, that they perceive him as a bad guy, because the last time they saw him, he was a villain. His time away with Ezra, I did another fan fiction or theory video on this as well. His time with Ezra may have changed him and Ezra both, to where now neither of them are good or bad. They don't see that. They just see beings trying to exist. So Ezra decides to break away from the Republic and the Jedi Order altogether and just go do his own thing, kind of similar to what Ahsoka did when she left the Jedi Order. DR, thanks, you're welcome. Curtis Thompson, hey everyone, I just woke up. Hey Curtis, how you doing, buddy? Curtis is one of our channel members as well. I appreciate you, man. I've gave you a couple shout outs here lately. Don says, yes, Thrawn should be lurking everywhere. Yeah, he should, but he's a highly intelligent guy, and I don't think he's just going to be sticking to being a villain to a losing empire. Not just that, I think he's going to understand what he did before was not a good thing by enslaving Lothal, or helping Governor Price enslave Lothal and keep that going. I think his time in the unknown regions, he might have got into the Grisk Wars, and Ezra may have helped him out with that, and they might have succeeded. So if there is a Thrawn movie, I'd like to see it about their time in the unknown regions. Yeah, Thrawn is one of the more nuanced Imperials. Yes, he is. He wasn't looking for promotion or appraisal or anything like that. He was looking for his he was using his devotion and his code, his own moral code, to do what he thought was right. He didn't care about promotions and stuff like that, yet he kept getting promoted over the humans that were not getting promoted. Curtis, he could make his own empire or maybe team up with the Vong. Yeah, as long as the Vong are done right. I wasn't a huge fan of them in Legends, but now that I'm reading more of the High Republic, I'm seeing that the Vong may be a good possibility to come out. Allison, where can I sign up for channel membership? I've had no luck hunting for it. Let's see, on your phone, where it says subscribe down on the bottom right on my main page, there should be a join button there. There should be. I mean, my son didn't have any luck with it. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone and maybe show it to you guys, because I know it's on my page. Or maybe it isn't. Okay, it's not there. Sorry. Used to be I could subscribe to my own channel. Oh, welcome, Don. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Don is a new foundling with our channel memberships. I'm still working out the bugs on the channel membership stuff. I'm trying to give shout outs as much as I can. I need to work on some extra content for you guys. And there's other things I have in the works as well. I don't want to say exactly what they are yet until they come in and I get my approval on them. Bobby, if you're still on there, that's one of the things I've been using your logos for, is some memorabilia for channel members. Let's see. Elijah Neal says, I thought Thrawn was done extremely well in Rebels. I do too. He was great. Oh my God. When he showed up, I was worried that it wasn't going to match his heir to the Empire persona, but the way he acted in Rebels was exactly the way I pictured him in Heir to the Empire. So it was great. Lars Mikkelsen did a great job with the voice. Now, I've heard he may be doing the live action because Benedict Cumberbatch has turned down the role. That's disappointing because I like Benedict Cumberbatch. He would have been my second pick over Lars Mikkelsen, or under Lars Mikkelsen. And Dawn says, just out of live chat, main page has joined. Mash that and we'll take you to YouTube payment page. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you for clarifying that. Even my son can't find the membership page, and I told him don't worry about it. The membership thing, I love it. The money that comes from that, I'm putting back into the channel. Like yesterday, I ordered a bunch of stuff with my logo on it for members and stuff like that, giveaways, different things. I'll be using it sparingly, but I'm still wanting to do something back for you guys for doing that. I don't want to just take the money and go buy a car or something because I wouldn't feel right. Merch Clayton, laugh out loud. Since I can't get a membership, I consider myself Mando lore. Beth Turner, is Luke going to die in the next season? In the next season of what? Luke died in The Last Jedi, so I'm not really sure what you mean by that. No, go get your cars. You earn the money. Nah, I don't feel right. I have a regular job to buy cars with and stuff. I have a nice car as it is. It's not anything extravagant. I don't own a Rolls Royce or anything. My little Nissan Rogue, and I did buy that car because of Star Wars. It's not the Rogue One edition, but it still has that Rogue title on it, and I'm good with it. All right, so I'll take one more question. We've reached past the hour mark, and I can hear my little grandson upstairs running around like crazy. He probably wants to see me. So I'm going to have to get off here. Let's see. Allison's going to close this and look for join on YouTube webpage. Oh, thank you, Allison. I appreciate that. Don't buy a car, get a spaceship. Yeah, I'd love to. One of my dreams was to build a life-size Slave One in my yard. I don't think my yard's big enough for that, so I'm going to have to sell my house, move to the country, and have a Slave One built in my backyard. Not fully functioning, it's not going to fly, but I would like it to have the rotating seat and all that stuff. Ha, you read my mind's Latin, 11 Leo. All right, so everybody, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I can hear the footsteps banging around upstairs. Don't forget, I'll be doing this every Saturday. Hopefully at 11 o'clock each Saturday. It all depends on when my wife does her yoga stuff. So it'll be between 11 and 1 Eastern Standard Time. If you are joined in here and are not subscribed, go ahead and do that. Subscribe and turn on your notifications. Let's have fun with this channel. Let's build it up, blow it up the way we can. And then we'll talk about Boba Fett, Mandalorians, and Star Wars all the time. Wear that green Mando armor. All right, DR. All right. Thank you, Elijah. I really appreciate it. May the Force be with you all. And remember, this is the way, the only way.